this morning, a lot of people are going to say, another guy didn't choose LeBron. As I said to start the show, I don't see it as that. LeBron is Muhammad Ali. He is a disruptor. He is a dissenter. He's unique in that he's not apolitical, but very political. Most athletes don't want to be. Michael Jordan didn't want anything to do with politics. Tiger didn't want anything to do. Kawhi chose not anti-LeBron, but anti-drama. LeBron's teams are dramatic.
Right.
They're noisy. They're political. And I think a lot of that with Kawhi, he looked at it and he just thought, man, I got Magic. I got LeBron. I got the L.A. media. It's clearly L.A. didn't bother him.
Well, he wanted L.A. I mean, he wanted Southern California. I think the narrative that nobody wants to play with LeBron is overstated. Because obviously Anthony Davis moved heaven and earth to play with him and put his image on the line to play with him. So some players want to play with him. Role players have never been a problem. You had guys waiting around to see what Kawhi did to play with the Lakers and LeBron. So role players have never been a problem, and some stars may want to, but other stars don't. I don't think it's because he's political. I think it's because other stars want their own team. Before I began reporting this out and finding out that Kawhi really was serious about going to the Lakers, I was thinking, why in the world? He just won a championship with no other star. Why would he go to someone else's team? Because even if LeBron would have done exactly what he said to Kawhi and AD, I'm going to step back. I'm going to be the point guard. I'm going to defer to you guys. And let's say LeBron's the third leading scorer, averages 21 points, 11 assists. It's still LeBron James's team. Yeah. And many stars want their own team, which I like. I respect that. So that's one of the reasons. And then I think, like you said, the drama. I don't think it has anything with LeBron's politics and all that he's doing. I think, though, he brings drama. I can't remember the last season there wasn't drama around LeBron.
KD called it a circus.
Right.
His teams are just noisy.
And I'm wondering, like now this year with Boogie Cousins and Rondo, now there's a lot of drama that can happen. But before they did that, when they got the AD trade, I was just like, okay, what drama is there going to be to stir up? There really shouldn't be any. But I think that's another thing players want to avoid. But look, these guys respect LeBron and they're following in his footsteps. What Kawhi did, I said LeBron is a boss, and he is, right? This was the biggest boss move I've ever seen by a player in the NBA. My 25 years of covering. To get another star who has 3 years left on his deal, just signed the deal last year, spurned LeBron, spurned the Lakers, spurned his home area, to get him a year later to demand a trade and get it done all within a week? That's incredible.
Also, Kawhi was apparently a recruiter. And now, you know how I feel about that. When John Wall and Derrick Rose and Westbrook are like, I don't recruit, I'm like, social media is all about salesmanship. The whole world now is projecting my image, my brand. Westbrook's very much about style, so he's projecting self and he's selling himself. Like, apparently Kawhi was a very good recruiter on the phone.
One of my favorite rappers of all time, KRS-One, had a lyric, real bad boys move in silence. And I can't think of a better description of Kawhi Leonard. Like, he had the entire NBA stumped, Colin. Like you mentioned me, I thought he was going to the Lakers. So many other people were saying he was going to the Lakers. Then you had people saying he's definitely going to the Raptors. Like, he had the entire league stumped, and to keep that quiet, it was amazing. And so people underestimate Kawhi because he's so quiet. But if you look at the past few years, he's gotten exactly what he wanted. He got out of San Antonio. He wins the championship in Toronto. He gets back to Southern California. He gets his second star. He is he's something else.
What do they call gangsta?
He's a gangster. He's gang. We got another gangster in LA.
Okay, so I look at all these teams. We have parity. I've said before, I'm not sure parity gets better ratings because I don't think the Denver Nuggets against the Clippers.
How about a Milwaukee-Utah final? You want that?
Again, everybody is just loving it today, and I get it because everybody feels like in the big land grab, everybody got an acre, and I get it. But at the end of the year, the NFL dominates when they get the Packers and the Eagles and the Patriots and the Steelers. Jacksonville was everybody's nightmare, right? Like, oh, Jacksonville Super Bowl. I like watching the NBA. I'm a diehard. So I'll watch Utah, Denver, anything. I mean, this year, Joey and I kept saying, well, I love the Eastern Conference playoffs. But to get the casual fan, 30% of them moved in, a lot of them don't. I will tell you this, though, is this idea that the Clippers now are a home run, I think it fits. I'm not sure if the Lakers stuff fits. I mean, this morning I look at the Lakers and Rondo appears shot. Boogie's had 2 major injuries and he's only making 3.5 large. Danny Green's making 4.5 times more. Boogie's going to look at that and think, really? Danny Green I like, but what if you got to play him 30 minutes a night? Jared Dudley's a good shooter, high IQ, but kind of can't defend. The Lakers roster's odd.
I think the Lakers did the best they could do. Once Kawhi went to the Clippers, what was left, they did the best they could do. And Boogie, first of all, Boogie should understand that part of the reason he's not getting big money is obviously the injuries and obviously his style of play in today's game, but it's also the attitude problems. And because he was a good soldier in Golden State, doesn't make people think, oh, he's changed. He's going to be a good soldier here. No, they understand the culture they had in Golden State.
Randy Moss for 2 years was perfect in New England, not before or after.
So Boogie should understand, if I want to get that big bag in a year or two, I've got to be a good soldier. If he starts acting up, I don't think he will, but if he starts acting up, has an attitude, the Lakers need to get rid of him pronto. I mean, don't even waste your time.
Do you like this Laker team?
Well, first of all, they still have LeBron and AD.
I know, but
you mentioned everybody but LeBron and AD. Their shooting improved.
Yes.
Danny Green can shoot. Quinn Cook can shoot.
They got shooters. I will say this. There's some dysfunction like last year, but I will give the Lakers. I thought Quinn Cook was a sneaky good move.
That was a sneaky good move. My only hesitation is we've seen a lot of guys play well in Golden State and then they go elsewhere and they can't do it. But that said, I do like Quinn Cook. I like the Lakers, but I'm with you that the West is just stacked. I think the 8 playoff teams are set in my view, and there is this much difference between them. The Clippers, I slightly favor over the Lakers as the best team in the West.
By the way, there was a popular sports opinionist who once shared these thoughts. The triple-double will hurt Westbrook.
Hurt? How is it hurt him?
His brand now is a stat. By the way, Magic LeBron lead the NBA all time in triple-double playoffs. Neither one talks about it. Neither one wants to be defined by it. They're both about the process, the team, the community. Nobody wants to play with Westbrook.
It has nothing to do with the triple-double, though.
You don't think...
If he averaged 25... 10 and 7. Would the narrative be any different? No,
but the triple-double became all we talked about for 3 years.
Look, I've stood by Russell Westbrook. I respect what he's done. I think that's his legacy. He's going to be a legend, Colin. He's a legend for the triple-double. He won't win a championship, not as the main guy. Maybe, later in his career, if he becomes a role player somewhere, he could win it like a Gary Payton did. But he's not going to lead a team to a championship. Thus, a trade for him, right? If you trade for Russell Westbrook, and most GMs around the league know it, you're trading for relevancy, significance, to put fans in the stands. That's what you're trading for. And maybe a second round, maybe a third round playoff appearance. That's it. You're not trading to win a championship because he's not leading you there.
Great. I'm a legend. Basically,
Allen Iverson's a legend.
Okay, I'd much rather be Magic and Steph.
Well, he's not. But Westbrook's not that. He's not that type of player. But he's not on that level.
You guys told me for years, this is the face. This guy's amazing.
So this is all about you?
I'm just saying, I got nothing against the guy, but I'm like, in the end, it's like
there were many players. Charles Barkley, when he was playing, everybody, he doesn't play defense. He doesn't want to win.
Charles Barkley played very well with others in Phoenix. Very well.
How about in Houston? Did he play well with others? And in Phoenix, his others were Kevin Johnson, who was banged up a lot. Great, but banged up all the time. Dan Marley, they were significantly lower than Barkley.
Well, you're blaming him because he's more talented?
No, I'm just saying, look, this is where Westbrook needs to go.
Where?
Miami, it'd be a Hail Mary. I mean, they're not going anywhere. They're a lower rung playoff team. Well, it's a Hail Mary. Maybe. New York, from what I'm told, not interested. Houston, that's just ridiculous. I mean, like you said, come on, stop it. Detroit, that's where he should go. Because Detroit tried the typical, let's tear it down and get lottery picks and rebuild. They missed the playoffs 8 out of 9 years. And then they decide, let's flip the script. Let's try to be relevant and good now. So they trade for Blake Griffin. Blake's not leading you to a championship. They got in the 8th seed of the playoffs. Yeah. Go get Westbrook. Is he going to win you a championship? No. But you get Westbrook in the East. You make the second round of the playoffs. You maybe, maybe you get to the conference finals. Cool. I'm just saying, like, you're relevant. If you're the Detroit Pistons, you need it. You're the one team I see where it fits. Would Blake and him work together? I don't know, but at least one's a guard and one's a forward. Try it.
I would never go to Detroit again because the two players in the NBA that hate me most are Westbrook and Blake Griffin. You put them on the same team, I'm not even going to land in Detroit's airport. I'd be like, Captain, just keep flying. I am not loved. My wife may be from this state. Nobody likes me here. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.